it's having an effect on our younger men as well. Men, I don't remember where I heard this or who I was talking to, some doctor someplace, was saying that men are finding it harder and harder to become aroused at younger and younger ages because they're so inundated with so much stuff at such a young age that being in the same space as a woman isn't arousing anymore because they've seen, well, like you said, I need multiples. I need 5 different women to get me turned on.
Well,
you know?
It could just be the access to just porn.
Oh, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh,
the
okay.
access to it is one. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Because I was saying, like, motherfuckers are just like, back in the day, I mean, if I had to think, other than, you know, some lucky days when I stumble on my dad's stash, you know, that one CD is like, dang, you hid it under the fucking, like, whatever the fuck, right? Or my uncles, or, you know, and like, all right, man, I know where it is, you know, when it's like it's 11 at night, nobody's around.
Yep.
You know, because that's pre-access to the internet. We're talking in Jamaica and whatnot. But there were, I'm trying to think, what the fuck did I use? When you said ancient porn, it wasn't ancient, but it was like, but it was, I remember what it was crazy. Because boys will be boys in the sense that we'll find some way, right? Mm-hmm. Now you have a smartphone and you can, you know, see anything under the sun immediately. But back in the day, you had the phones looked like with the little screen, and it wasn't actual porn sites or anything like that. It was just any seeming somewhat kind of nakedness. Not naked, but, you know, like not fully clothed in a normal way. And it was like everything else was the imagination.
Well, to that, it's deeper because I was thinking you're talking about the difference of masculine and feminine, like the experience versus the release of the accomplishment. This is biological as well, and I think it doubles into his point. So one of the Tao Te Ching sex practices, like not having the release, has an effect to increase in testosterone, because biologically is we didn't get the prize, we got to be ready to hunt and go get it again, like. Because that ultimate goal, you know, legacy, spreading the seed, continuation of it is innately inside the masculine to pursue into the unknown. And I think the double side of that, so you got the biology that's wired to it and must go this way, and then the mentality of technology and availability of it, where there's inundation, like you're saying, and it truly isn't the satisfaction. Right. Because even the mental knows, like, yeah, you might have gotten the pleasure, you might have gotten the release, you didn't get validation, nobody's actually wanting you, nobody wants to receive that. So the whole context,
God damn.
What is that?
This is why you're a loser.
Exactly. I mean, that's
validation.
Because you can get your fantasy, you can get your rocks off, you can get, especially to Lewis's point, in a lack of maturity age. It's a generation that you haven't killed your first lion, so just getting to watch it on the screen or something, you don't get why don't I feel like a man yet? Because you haven't killed a fucking lion.
Because you haven't earned it.
You played a video game or you just got off and no woman is actually...
You played Grand Theft Auto and saw her get whatever on the screen, and now you think, okay, I've seen it.
Exactly.
I know what sex is.
And what was it? Not having the... I think it doubles in because, again, if it's biologically wiring to hit your testosterone of go and get it more, however, you're given the access to, I mean, you can hit the button and get exactly the stimulation that you want, and it's never satisfying. So if the mentality doesn't realize you've got whatever going on in the dating market where it is harder for the average or not confident, not grounded, or masculine man to even accomplish the goal, and then you're overstimulated with this false sense of, well, I'm still getting off, I'm still getting the pleasure, that's going to lead where testosterone is not pumping. You're not getting hard, you're not getting aroused. Not only from the sense of not getting the stimulation, your mind, the synapses in your mind have now been wired to a point where there is no actual, you can go get the dopamine, you can go get the release, you will still not feel satisfied in the end. And if that is your sexual representation and release, you haven't even entered the world of let me talk to her, let me get her number, let me
you haven't gotten to the hunt.
Actually, none of it. So all you know is sex relates to, well, why would I go down this path of women when I can just press this button over here and get my release?
Because you think all sex is and women interaction is to get the nut, right?
Exactly.
And then even worse, once you do actually have sex with a woman, it is not as satisfying because you've been playing with toys and watching hentai.
Well, it's probably
You know?
at that point, if you're a chronic porn watcher, it's probably some way darker shit than hentai.
But that's what I'm saying. But even if that's as far as you've gotten, by the time you actually have sex,
it's something a real woman can't do.
there's nothing a real woman can do for you.
Just nuts.
You know?
And I get it.
And let alone,
consensual
it's
stuff.
definitely not worth the effort to have a conversation, seduce, pay for a date, treat her. Why should I put in my masculine to this when I can keep my money at home and spend it on video games and whatever kink I'm into and watching whatever kink I'm into? You know? And if that happens when I'm 12 years old, and to your point, you never get to the hunt.